So right now we have about 150 to 160 chargers fully installed. 120 of those stations, this is not stations, not chargers, are fully operational. By the end of June, we'll have between 484 stations and 500 that are either installed or in development, and that equates to about 2,500 DC fast charging stations across the nation. The motor simply drives up, and either they have a relationship with us through a subscription, or the OEM sponsored a charging package, or they just simply put in a credit card, pull up to the charger, put the credit card in, go ahead and engage with the charger and just plug in and charge away. In the future, we're developing a technology that will enable the consumer just to plug in, and the vehicle and the charge figure everything out. The customer doesn't need to swipe a credential, put in a credit card or everything, and that's called the ISO standard that's coming to market fairly soon. I think the right question is, how fast are Americans falling in love with EVs? And if we look at success with Tesla, and then we look at the product that is coming on the market today, tomorrow, and in the coming years, we can see all the OEMs are coming out with a lot of very attractive, high-speed charging available on their cars with extended range. And I think you have to create a little bit of a ubiquitous experience with what we see on the market in internal combustion engines. You know, we use the Audi e-tron as an example. It's a full SUV in all aspects of being an SUV. The interior is beautiful, the fit and finish on the car, but yet it's an EV that gets better than 200 miles and is capable of charging at 150 kilowatts and better. All these products are coming to market within the next 3 to 4 years. And you're going to see a big sea change in people seeing that an EV is in a multiplicity of platforms. It's not just in a subcompact car anymore. It's in an SUV, it's in a pickup truck, it's in a sports car. And that's going to really change the mindset of Americans and create adoption of EVs for the long term. I think you always have to start someplace. So in incentives, whether it's the federal tax credit of $7,500 or local incentives, help spur and develop the market. But without question, the market at a certain point in time has to develop on its own. It has to be able to stand on its own. And we're seeing that trend take hold. Is that with the Tesla cars, they're out of the $7,500 tax credit, so Model 3 now is selling by itself. And we're going to see that trend continue with other manufacturers as they surpass the number of cars that get the incentive, and then the markets become sustainable. Now it's up to the OEMs to drive down the price of the cars. And we're seeing that take place. And it really is the battery. If you can reduce the cost of the battery, then you can have a price comparison to an IC internal combustion engine, and you've got the same products. One happens to be battery electric, the other one happens to be an internal combustion engine. The sad thing about range anxiety, it was a coin phrase by an OEM. What we do with our products is we create range confidence, the ability to charge wherever you want to charge at the fastest speeds possible. That builds confidence in the driver knowing wherever they can go. And if you think your confidence in going on a trip today in an internal combustion engine is because you know where the gas stations are and you can know you fuel up. So we build range confidence by installing these all across the United States.